the draft, the pick, the choice. Brother, there is no point in selecting a woman if you have not first figured out what type of team she will be joining. Welcome to part 3. As we conclude this hashtag relationship topic, why do men repeatedly choose the wrong women? Why do men repeatedly choose the wrong women? I'm asking my good brothers a simple but necessary question. Brother, do you know, first of all, what kind of man you are? I want you to provide answers for these questions as we go forward. Have you outlined your principles as a man? This is what I mean by what kind of man you are. Have you outlined your principles as a man? Principles are rules to live by. Have you detailed your values? Have you organized your priorities? Have you made a commitment to your purpose in life? See, at some point we have to get back to knowing our role. And if we don't know our purpose, then we can't put together a plan. And without a plan, we can't know what our role is within the plan. So we have to bring back some very specific roles, gender specific roles. I heard somebody say, which road should I take? And somebody else said, well, where are you trying to go? And he said, well, it doesn't matter. Then he said, well, it doesn't matter which road you take, brother. You're going to have to know where you're going before you choose or make your draft selection. This conversation is not about a woman. Single mothers, I ask you to share this with your adult sons, because I want you to tell your boys that I said that this is not about finding the right woman, even though that is in the title of this video. It's about developing into the man that your son was born to become. Who is that person? Who is that man? Who is he at his core? And what is his plan? What is your plan, my dear brother? Now, once you have your plan, then you have to assign roles to this plan. But without a plan, then everybody's just running amok. You got 11 players on offense, 11 players on defense in a football game, and don't nobody know their role? Now, you know that's a mess. Before you choose a woman, you need to know what type of woman you need as it pertains to your purpose as a man. That's why I use the NFL draft as sort of a backdrop to try to explain this. If you don't know what type of player you're trying to draft for your team, because you don't know what type of offense you're trying to run, you don't know what type of defense you're trying to run. Are you running a 4-3? Are you running a 3-4? Are you running the 46? Are you running a dime package, the nickel package? What I'm saying is, just any personnel cannot execute every game plan. And so if you knew what the plan was for your life, then you would better know what type of woman that you need to select, and what type of woman that absolutely will not fit your system. So again, the purpose is not to find a woman. Your purpose is to, first of all, find your purpose as a man. Because without your purpose, what are we to expect from you? Now let's go on to break down a little bit more about this purpose that I'm talking about. See, if you know your purpose as a man, then you have to start to try to figure out what your role is, your main role. What will be your actions and activity? How will you develop as a man within this role? You have to know this. And then when you go to the draft board, brother, the woman that you select is drafted according to the bigger picture. Now, at this point, it's not about how cute or fine or sexy she is. It's about her role in your life in the big picture. And that's based on the knowledge that you have of yourself, the truth about who you are as a man, and the gut honesty about what your needs are, big picture. Now, brother, since it is your responsibility to pick her, then it is your responsibility to know what she's going to be doing in your life. You know you better than she will ever know you. And until you figure out how she fits into the bigger picture of your life, you really don't have a right to choose a good sister. You don't have a right to the good sister because, see, you can get away with something temporary, something for a season or two. But you need to leave the good sister alone. Why? Because you don't want to waste her time and talent on the fact that you are a coach with no direction. And I say this because it doesn't matter what woman you choose, you run the risk of leaving her undercoached, of giving her misdirection and misguidance. This does not make you a good leader. And now she has to go and re-establish who she is after fooling with you. She will realize, though, eventually that she needs to meet a coach who knows that winning is more important than anything else. And he can help her play to her strengths and help her develop, coach her out and away from those weaknesses. See, the laziest ideology, speaking of weaknesses, and the worst approach that I've ever heard in my life is when I hear you guys saying, just be yourself. I'm just going to be myself. So you can't just be yourself when you represent someone else. You can't just do you when you're a part of a team. You can't just be you. You have to be her husband. You can't just be you. You have to be their father. You see, she just can't do what she want to do. She has to be your wife, and she has to be their mother. It goes so much deeper than just doing you. But we've become such a self-indulging society that anytime somebody tries to give you a role or an assignment or to establish expectations, well, now you frown up and cringe, and which makes you uncoachable. And if you are uncoachable, then brother, then right away you know that she's not going to be a part of the team. This is how important it is to know what your plan is to determine how she fits. Now, sister, before you take his hand in marriage, he needs to have a plan. And so do you. And I just hope and pray that your plan, sister, is not to end up knocked up by a man without a plan. Guys, I'm only here to help. And I want for you what I want for myself. I want you guys to be happy. I want you to be healthy. I want you to live a life of longevity. But more importantly than that, more important than all of these things combined, I wish upon you many, many blessings. Brothers, we got to get back down to the basic principles of who you are as a man. Where are you headed in life before you get invited to the draft? I'm looking forward to your response. And as always, my name is Jay Jackson.